All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol NIO, NIO Inc. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all the first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all the subscribers, welcome back, and let's jump into this chart. So it's been a couple days since I've been able to do a video on NIO, and I apologize to those of you that consistently watch me. I had so many other things going on with other videos and so much other things going on around me other than just the YouTube channel, and I wasn't able to fit or squeeze NIO into my chart analysis. I hope to fit it in this next week because this week is a pretty interesting week. How we've seen it actually rise up in the last couple of days, and we're getting closer to $50. We're getting closer to some numbers that need to be broken through, but it's a really nice thing to see this going back up, due to the fact that I was watching closely if this was suddenly, quietly working its way down, and it got broken through that $38 mark closely at one point, and we needed to watch closely if it was going to break through it. It was getting really close, and here we are at 46.74. As I stated, it stays in that channel, right? We're staying in that channel. There's some consolidation, but it has some volatility here, but that's okay. That's okay. It's still staying around that area. It hasn't broken through $38, and it got really close. And interesting enough, it's working its way back up. It's broken through resistance levels, and we want to look at this closely right now. We want to keep in mind $38. We're going to keep in mind some other numbers. We're going to talk about this a little bit broader. And if this continues, the year's end is coming, and I can see this coming closer to mid 50s to $60, or probably breaking through $60. And why? Well, the year's end is coming, like I said. When you think about it, this week is going to be a short week, and next week is going to go by pretty fast, and then NIO Day is on the 9th, so the time frame is about like 3 weeks, if you really want to think about it like that, with the short week and how quick this week is going to go by. And then NIO Day, it's on the 9th. A lot of people have confirmed that for me, and if you Google it, it should come up. And if you want to correct me and I'm wrong, you're more than welcome to. I apologize for saying the wrong day, but I'll probably be real close. But it's coming up on the 9th of January. If this anticipation continues and excitement, we won't see much of a pullback in the next coming days. Like, it shouldn't be significant. It should be actually like a small pullback, which is healthy, and then like continue to run. And we should see a run all the way through the beginning, all the way through that week, leading on to the 9th. And then after the 9th, we will know how investors truly feel and how people, or just investors in general, people, because every investor is a person, are feeling about NIO after the 9th, because NIO Day is going to be a big thing. So we can see this running now, and I'm not saying this is a guarantee that this is just going to run up. I don't want anyone to take that as like I'm guaranteeing this is going to run up all the way towards NIO Day. I just stated we might have a pullback in between it, but it'll probably be healthy. I'm not saying that a pullback is healthy. It will most likely probably be a healthy one, due to the fact that if it happens way before the 9th or way before the end of the year, which is days from now, it'll be healthy because there's room for this to continue to run. I can see this hitting the mid 50s and probably passing the 60s. We got to see how strong this run could be and how excited investors are, right? I think that, there was two ways to look at this drop here. And one way to look at it was discount, and the other way to look at it was very pessimistically, like saying this stock is going to plummet. There was those two types of people, and there's always going to be those two types of people. But you need to always think about what the company is doing, who the company is, and like not compare it to other companies within the same sector that might not even be comparable to the company. Like, it's really hard to compare any other EV company, right, in its same sector and country to NIO. You know, and a lot of people call NIO like the Tesla of China. So like that should tell you something. You know, and they actually deliver numbers. They're actually making a supercar. They're actually making SUVs. NIO is also not just working on cars. They're also working on energy, right? That's a big thing. That's like changing the world. So when you do research on NIO, don't just think about NIO as a car brand. Like think about it. It's not Tesla. You can't compare Tesla to NIO. Tesla's a monster. But you can look at it the same way as an investor will look at Tesla. Okay, Tesla's not just a car company. They do electric. They do this. They do that. You know, those are all the different things you want to look at when you see NIO and say, oh, NIO doesn't just do cars. You know, they have a different lineup. They have SUVs. They have regular cars. They have a supercar. Oh, and they also do electric power because that's what they're working on too. Like, I guess to make sustainable energy in houses and stuff. Like Tesla's plan. But interesting stuff to have seen NIO go down to this point, and there was a lot of catalysts that created this downtrend. It wasn't just NIO's like, you know, income statements or NIO's like structure of business. It was a lot of news, like the Chinese delisting probabilities, which takes 3 years to comply and then you get delisted. Okay, that was one thing. The candy scandal, right? Candy company, you know, they were fabricating numbers. It makes everyone uncertainty. Plus the delisting news. I mean, it just made everything about NIO look like this is not something you want to hold right now. And a lot of investors started to get out. Institutional investors, I think, were also taking profits. I mean, it's the end of the year. Think about it for a second. It's the end of the year. What happens at the end of the year? You know, you gotta kind of balance out your taxes and stuff. Institutional investors have been in since $7, $10, $15, $20, and they're trying to cash out some profit. Cashing out profit is, you know, typical. It's expected, right? So let's go ahead and see here what is going on with the chart. Let's zoom on in, and it's pretty healthy how it's looking, that it's going back up. I've stated that like there's no reason for this stock to just plummet. A lot of people are keep giving it like that $30 range, $25 range. I mean, I'd be surprised unless, you know what, a lot of investors get out and they just rode this wave for the year. But the way this has been growing, I think this is one of the most healthiest charts I've seen in a while. And when I say healthy, I'm talking about it took its time to work its way up and stuff. This is where it got a little bit wild. So could it go back down to the 30 mark and kind of consolidate again and then start to work its way back up and work its way back up healthy like it did here over time? That could be a possibility, but I don't see it happening because it hasn't broken through $38. We're leading up to NIO Day, and I think that NIO Day is a good catalyst, and then this stock will just have to hold itself up towards, you know, the beginning of March till the next financials, and that's going to be the next time that we could see when they're going to show their next revenue and stuff, and that's going to be a big deal. So that's the next point. I wanted to see if it showed it there, but let's look at the technicals here. I don't really use these, but these technicals actually tend to show decent and reasonable information. So one of them is showing sell, the rest are showing buy. This is all showing strong buy. And the 1 month, one of them is showing sell and then buy and strong buy. So the 1 week is showing a strong buy and then buy. So right now, nobody here is saying sell. No one here is saying sell except for, well, actually they're all saying sell, but just one here on strong buy, 4 and then 3. And then the 1 day, there's very few sell compared to the other indicators. So right now, it's looking like NIO has room. It's going to be interesting to watch this. And we want to watch it closely. We definitely want to watch it closely. So let's look at some important numbers here. So the most recent low, which is a little bit above $38, is down here at $39.36. I'd write that down. Super important number. That's the point of reference where recovery started. That's the point of reference that if it gets broken through, it's going to get closer to 38 and could be on its way down to newer lows. Now, we're going to talk about the highs here that were just reached, and we're going to talk about one of these resistance levels up here, which would be the next one, which is 52.45. 52.45 needs to be broken through so this can get to the next resistance level, newer highs, and pull further and further away from the 50-day moving average into bullish territory. So you want to keep in mind that low and that next resistance level beyond what we're about to talk about. So let's look at this closely. So our resistance is up here where current price is 46.74, and let's look at our support first. So support is 46.17. 46.17 gets broken through. You have a very small window between the 50-day moving average, which is 45.66. Let's see if I can land on it exactly. There we go. 45.66. So you have a small window between 46.17 and 45.66 to see how the stock is reacting, how quickly is it moving to newer lows, or bouncing back because the bulls have reappeared. So that's going to be very important to watch and see how the stock is doing. Now, on the other hand, we have what the bulls want. The bulls want to break through resistance. They need to break through resistance to continue this momentum and pull further away from the 50-day moving average to reach new highs, new levels of resistance, and get deeper into bullish territory. So our resistance level that needs to be turned into a support is 47.64, and the bulls can use that as a point of reference to continue the momentum and reach newer highs. So it's going to be very important for them. They need to break through 47.64. I hope that with these cues and information, you guys are well equipped for tomorrow's trading day. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community. And don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watched this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.